Welcome to the Grab a Coffee podcast. I'm Alice.
And I'm Francesca.
Catch up weekly with a coffee where we chat about life running small businesses, juggling motherhood,
And tangents ranging from holiday embarrassment to female hormones and everything in between.
Oh my god. Okay, hi.
Yay!
Right. We'll tell you why we're so excited. It's just taken us 10 minutes. Well, we started recording, spoke for a little bit. I glanced at the laptop, realised it wasn't recording. Thank God, before we got to the end of the podcast. We're only 5 minutes in, probably.
Yeah, it's fine.
And then we've just spent... I just had to do a laptop restart, and good old IT. Just restart my laptop, and here we are, 10 minutes later.
The thing to do, isn't it? If something with technology is not working, off and on again.
So what we were talking about is that I've made us iced lattes.
Which we've nearly finished through that stress.
It's hot. It's the last day of June. Everyone's melting. I can't remember when this is going to be posted, next week or something.
Oh, look, it's been there that long. My straws gone
our iced lattes have no ice left in because we've been fanning around so much.
But it's gorgeous. You said you were winging it, and it's lovely. What did you put in it again? Was it carrot?
I put a toffee syrup in.
A toffee syrup.
In the back of the cupboard. I don't know if that was in date or not.
I'll be fine. It's syrup, it'll be fine.
It is double shot of espresso, some oat milk, ice, used a protein shaker, shook it, half it went over the kitchen.
Oh yeah, dripped it all over your feet.
Needed a protein shaker, apparently.
She really does. They're going everywhere.
Really old. I think that protein shaker is literally from like when we first started having protein shakes like 10 years ago. So it's done well.
It can be put in the green bin.
Yeah.
And a new one can be, you can treat yourselves when you get back from holiday.
I think so.
With a new protein shaker. I'm not as hot as I thought I was going to be on this hottest day of the year ever. I'm loving it. I've been baby massage this morning, so it's nice and cool in there.
How is it?
I filled my...
you wear shorts to baby massage?
Yeah, this is how I went to baby massage. No one needs to worry about what I'm wearing because they just need to look at what I'm doing to my baby doll.
Yeah, shorts.
Oh, thanks. These cut-out bits are actually annoying, so when I'm sitting on them, I can feel them.
Oh, don't get bitten either, because that would be a wild tan line.
I might actually quite like that.
It'd be like henna or something.
Yeah, I'd love that. I put a competition on Zen Baby's Facebook page this morning. It'll be done by the time this goes out, but I'm just chatting because the ice latte ice latte reminded me that you enter it by putting in your favourite drink. So lots of people are saying good old flat whites, Americanos. There's lots of oat milk flying around and some lovely comments about people, what they drink. It's really interesting. I get some ideas. People are drinking these matchas, and I know that I'm missing out.
I need to go to number 2 for a matcha because Jenny started doing matcha, hasn't she?
Yeah, the prize for this competition is a
matcha. I wonder.
Yeah, it's £15 voucher for number 2. So
is it?
Yeah, that's the prize this time because yes. Zen Babies is for your babies and it's baby classes, but you're important too.
Yeah.
And it's all about full well-being, so it's a gift for you guys.
We're not keeping the babies alive. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, crikey.
Need the coffee to keep us alive. Oh, God. I've had such a mare with coffee. Just a bit of a mare of a morning, you know. Now I'm thinking about it. When the laptop just started having a little wobble then, I was just like, this is really adding to the chaos.
You already had a chaotic morning.
You saw me like shaking coffee all over the kitchen.
Well, she sprinkled coffee on. Right, okay.
The first coffee spillage might have actually contributed to laptop issues because I spilled my coffee on my laptop. I
didn't mention that.
I thought I could. Had my laptop closed, but I thought I could carry a coffee on top, like my laptop was a tray. That was a bad idea. Spill it all over myself. I probably stink. I was like, I'm not going to change because it's brown and
no, it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah,
it looks really comfy.
It's really comfy.
Cool.
So that was after I'd got back really late from nursery because I dropped Elodie off without her shoes.
How do you do that?
She was rushing, she wouldn't go.
Oh, so you've scooped her up and legged it.
We did a scoop up. The shoes were next to the nursery bag in the porch. Picked up the nursery bag, picked up the sandals. Literally was getting out of the car. I was like, oh, fuck, Mummy's forgot. He said, oh, don't say that word. I was like, ow! She's like, what, Mummy? What's wrong? I was like, I've left your sandals. She's like, it's okay. I was like, yeah. I'm just going to take you in and then I'll go back for them and come back. She was like, all right, Mummy. Dropped her off. Off I went. Fortunately, when I got back, there was one of the nursery teachers was in the car park and knew that
You could just leg it.
And she was like, oh, shall I take them? I was like, yes, please.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing, the sandals. Then I spilled the coffee on my laptop.
Then you realised that
coffee over
your
the kitchen.
trusted protein shaker has had its last shake, and then we couldn't record anything.
No,
so
we
let's
couldn't.
hope
So
that
it's
we
just
can
like,
reset now. We need to reset.
It's a lot for a Monday morning.
I know. It is quite a lot.
Also, that's the second time in 3 days that we've just taken Elodie out with no shoes. We did it on Saturday.
Well, I mean, if we had weather like this all the time, I think that would become more normal. On holiday, I just love not bothering.
Yeah, but we're in Rothwell.
You were in Rothwell.
So we'd gone to see. I'd had some clothes altered by a seamstress who's also one of my clients in Methley. So we drove over, and then Liam was like, while you're doing the try on, I'll take Elodie to St Aidan's Nature as
Oh, I love it, yeah. I like it there.
We got halfway down the M62. Liam goes, did you put Elodie's shoes in? No. I was like, you put Elodie in? Thought she had shoes on. She didn't have shoes on. I didn't pick any shoes up.
So what I'm recommending is a big piece of paper on your front door. Shoes.
You know what? We need a freaking holiday. That's what.
Oh well, it's a good job
on
then.
On Saturday night, Liam was like, "I just need a holiday." I was like,
so what did you do? Yeah. Did you go to a shop?
I rang my client / seamstress and just said, "We forgot Lily's shoes. She's got 4 kids." I was like, "You don't happen to have just any old, just a pair of size 8 anythings knocking around, do you?" And she was like, "Well, wellies do. Yeah, perfect." Spider-Man wellies. Ellie loves Spider-Man.
Oh, brilliant.
She was buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. She's like, oh, Spider-Man.
Oh, bless her.
So, yeah, she was fine.
Good. Well done.
And then we went to Rothwell for brunch and she wore the Spider-Man wellies. But yeah, twice in 3 days, she's taken my job out with no shoes on.
It's fine. I think
it's really funny on the way there on Saturday, though, because we said to her, oh, we forgot your shoes. And she was wearing socks. Like, it's okay. I've got socks.
I love how they're just, that's fine.
Like, why do I need shoes? Okay. So, yeah. Now I've let all the chaos out. How was your weekend?
That's going to help reset. This is going to be nice because we love sitting and chatting. You're going to reset. You're going to drink your fabulous iced coffee that you've just discovered you can make.
You know when you just have that realisation where you actually just do need a holiday?
And it's coming.
Yeah. We're just in that last push now.
Yeah.
When this comes out, I think we might be on holiday.
That's good then. You'll be fine.
How's your weekend?
The girls did their dance show.
Tell me all about it.
God, it was so cute.
Was it?
Yeah. So each class that there is, so they do acro classes, ballet, cheer, TikTok dance classes, street dance classes.
Maybe I should go to the TikTok dance class so that
it's really fun.
I can be cool. Time with the kids.
So each class does 2 dances, but if your child does more than one class, they're on stage a lot.
Oh yeah.
So because quite a few of them do a few of the courses. Just over an hour and a half.
Okay.
And you get a chance, especially with the really little ones. Oh my gosh!
Because they start 3 or 4.
Oh yeah, Elodie's age in tiny little glittery pink leotard and shorts.
I really want to take her, but they don't align with her days and.
Oh.
Please keep checking.
Keep checking because there's so many classes through the week.
Yeah.
It's after school time.
Yeah, I know. It's just
because some of hers is later on though.
Because she got swimming as well, and then
it's hard to juggle when you're working.
Her longer days, I think I might have to try and rejuggle her nursery hours a little bit or something. But I know she would absolutely love it. Yeah, and then she'll be in a show. Such a theatrical. Do you want to see any pictures? She's always singing, dancing. Yeah. So
Daisy did a duet with her friend Jess. Oh my god!
Did it go really well?
Do you want to see some?
Yeah.
It's adorable. Why is it not playing anything? Oh, there's no sound.
No sound. Oh wow! Look at them. Oh my God, they've got really good stage presence.
That's a size 14 underskirt of mine that she's wearing, and she's got a tiny little zero dress on.
I used to love doing shows and stuff. We always did musicals at school. I used to love doing all the... I was always in the chorus because I can't sing for shit.
Oh God, no, I can't sing. Some of them were able to sing.
I just love everything about like the dressing up, the like makeup, doing it with your friends. Oh, it's so cute.
It was fab. They work so hard. We always appreciate what Demi and her coaches do. They get everybody organised. All backstage is all organised. You know, with like 3-year-olds, 15-year-olds, they're brilliant, and we appreciate you, Demi. You better be listening.
Anyone who does stuff like that, like dance teachers, nursery workers, anyone who can get kids en masse to follow any kind of instruction.
Well, with the really little ones on stage, you can see Demi just off the side of it. Going through the actions.
Did they learn it? Were they good?
And yeah, and they're all there doing it, but watching her. So cute, really cute. But obviously Daisy and Minnie are older, so they just crack on and do that. And you know, some of them are better than others, but they're up there on stage in front of the whole room full of all us grown-ups, and it's not just the mums, it's dads, grannies, aunties.
All strange, isn't it?
Ellie came, which meant the world to them because that's their big sister. He was a grown-up and has her own house, so they really loved that she came too. My mum came, so there was a really big full room of us, all big grown-ups watching, so they all did really well, really good.
Oh, with a buzzing, but there's so much adrenaline after.
Yeah. When they had the rehearsal the week before, I went to pick them up, and we went to the supermarket afterwards, and Minnie kept doing little dances and little turns. I'm like, for someone who doesn't really do things like that unless she's really, really in a safe place, shows just how much going to those classes has helped nurture that personality into being brave. Oh God, it wouldn't matter if they couldn't do the dances or they didn't want to do the actual show. They just went to the classes. They were just getting that, you know, teamwork, feeling proud of yourself. It's really lovely.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna.
You want to join, don't you?
I want to join. I want to join. I can't dance, to be honest. I just like the camaraderie of it all.
I used to go line dancing. That's not funny.
My friend went line dancing the other weekend.
Brilliant.
I haven't asked her how it went. I need to ask her.
Used to go when Tristan was a baby, with him in the sling, and I used to line dance. It was a class, an hour's class. So imagine my step count then with Tristan in the sling.
Whoa.
It was good. Daisy did it with me as well, and we did a flash mob in the White Rose. Cotton Eye Joe.
That's hilarious. And people join in.
Yeah, well, the whole of the dancers from all the classes that the lady does were there, and then there was the odd person that wanted to give it a try. The people on the edges would like help them and stuff. It was really good fun.
Oh my God.
Just before COVID, that was.
Wow.
Yes, so that was hard work. So if you ever want to get into shape, strap your baby to yourself and line dance.
Line dance for an hour. That's intense. Bet your glutes were burning. Like the stability of the baby.
But I think because it's not like a workout where you're squatting, then you're picking up a weight. You are just you're turning and stepping, you're doing it. But that's what us mums and most people were doing anyway, like marching into town with a pram. So actually, no, it wasn't that hard from what I was normally doing as a busy mum of then 3 because he'd just been born. But everyone was well impressed. I did it with him in the sling. You need to.
If they're creaking, my legs are sticking to the sofa. I'm just gonna cross my legs.
Very good. I don't know what else we did at the weekend. Saturday I just played at some housework.
Played at housework?
Yeah, like I've done that job now, just have 5 minutes. Next Saturday we're going to the Deep.
Oh, lovely.
Yes, because when you go and you get your ticket for the year.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
We're going back.
That's good.
And then we're going to go along the coast a little bit to Withernsea.
Oh yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
What's the weather forecast like that?
No idea. It won't matter. We'll either pack wellies or
sandals.
Not. Yeah.
You can wear sandals in the rain, can't you? Your feet will dry.
Oh, yeah. Don't walk around in flip-flops like those, the little foam ones.
Oh.
Yeah. Twice in Spain, I decked it. Once in front of a restaurant full of people with Tristan on my back.
I find those
very slippy. If there's a tiny bit of water.
Are they like Primark ones?
They're Asda, but they're exactly the same.
Yeah,
they're
the
just
Primark
foam.
ones, like sometimes the toe post just pings out.
That's so funny.
I can walk miles in flip flops, but they have
Oh, yeah,
to
me
be
too.
like good. I can't walk miles in those like really really flimsy ones because sometimes you do just trip over them. They're too bendy. I can walk miles in. I've got some reefs and some Roxy ones, and I can walk miles in them because they're just like a little bit more like sturdy and with a fabric strap instead.
Yeah.
Just got some bargain sandals for holiday off Vintage, £4.
Oh, well done.
French Connection, just nice gold leather straps.
Oh,
yeah, because I was like, I'm not going to take heels.
Oh no,
Those
those days have gone now.
I think they've got, unless I was going on a girls' trip.
Yeah.
I think the days of heels abroad have gone. So I just thought I can just pack those sandals, beach flip flops, my Birkenstocks, and travel in my trainers. And I think even 4 pairs is probably a little bit. Seems like a lot for 12 days, but the thing is, you want flip flops for the beach.
Something nicer for evening, or if you go somewhere nicer.
Or to like come over for lunch or whatever.
Or if you're going to go on a trip somewhere and there's going to be a bit more walking, you want something comfortable. Oh, listen to me, old woman.
Sandal, my Birks for walking. Then my gold ones for an evening. Flip flops for the beach. Trainers for travelling. Don't like travelling in sandals. I like to have my feet like covered so don't.
I need flight socks on flights, otherwise I can't bend my ankles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really bad.
Bend your ankles.
Oh my gosh, my toes just end up looking like sausages placed onto a really fat thing. Whole ankle disappears.
I never truly believed
right
that
up
they
here
actually work, but they do work then.
I still look puffy for a day or two, but I can move and it's okay, and it's fine. Oh yeah, I got them for Spain. Yeah, took a picture of me putting them on in the airport. Like they come here, they come right up here past my knee.
Oh my
God. So what happened was I went to America on a school ski trip, and my tummy stuck out and went hard. And it was a school ski trip. I didn't have a tummy then, because I was young and skinny, and my feet were so sore. Walking was really, really sore. And then after that, any flight has done it. Because I thought, well, maybe that's because that was my first long haul. It's fine.
I've flown like to Australia and never.
And you were all right. Oh my God! I bet I'd puff up I'd be like floating off like a balloon when I got out. You'll open up the plane door and I'll just go. So got myself some flight socks, and then flights like Spain, Crete.
What are those characters called? They're in the night garden.
Oh yeah.
What's it?
I don't know, but I can picture it.
Like something. Oh my God. Oh my God, you'd be like one of them.
So if I take my trainers off, can't get them back on.
Should you travelling sandals and put your fly socks on?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look great, does it? But it was all right. Went to Kenya now. That's a 9-hour flight like it was when I went to America. And I'd taken my trainers off and I was like, I've got my flight socks on, but it is uncomfortable, so I'm not going to put them back on. And would you believe, Mombasa Airport, it was raining. So I had to walk across the tarmac in just my flight socks.
Oh, you should take your sandals in your hand luggage bag.
Yeah.
So that when you can travel a bit in your trainers, and then post flight you can put your sandals on instead of your trainers.
Back then, Crocs and sliders and stuff weren't really as they are now, but I think I would put some on just for that.
No,
I'd been fine.
I really can't go on board with Crocs, and I know that I'd be like Marmite.
Probably. And I think I got the Daisy's had some that we bought from a basket outside a shop in the coast one time because something got damaged or she didn't have something and we were on the beach. That's kind of what they're for, isn't it? Surely.
Yeah.
So I'd wear them for a purpose, but not.
I just think they're ugly as fuck, and I'm sorry if you love Crocs, but I just can't.
If you love them and you're comfortable, fab, smash it.
Good for you. I can't get on board with them, honestly. I just really can't. It's just something on with. Elodie's got a pair of fake Crocs for going out in the garden just by the back door.
Oh yeah, I'm not buying branded ones.
To chuck on.
Yeah, absolutely.
But God, also like my feet sweat a lot anyway, so I feel like
I know. Put them
they're
in
so
plastic,
rubbery.
yeah.
Like,
Are we old women or?
I'm literally like slipping around in them.
Yeah.
Honestly, my feet sweat so badly.
That's why I like flip flops, because I'm basically barefoot.
Yeah, exactly.
Without getting funny looks.
Yeah, exactly. Oh God.
So that's my news. Any news for you?
No, but I did want to ask your opinion on something I've been seeing like loads on social media,
Ooh,
because
I like this idea. What have you done?
it's very topical because it is summer clothing related.
Oh, right, okay.
So I keep seeing this post, or like worded slightly different each time, but basically people just keep. I don't know why it's on my bloody feed, because it's definitely not. I'm not the target market for this post. Well, yeah,
intrigued now.
I probably am, but as in, like, I'm not.
Strawberry.
I wouldn't get annoyed. So here, put your straw in my glass and you can just drink it.
Okay, thanks. I was wondering where I was going to put it.
Rip it all over yourself. Basically, there's like people going round who are getting really mad or upset, saying, I think maybe we've already talked about this, and it's still annoying me.
So far, it hasn't.
No, okay. Well, women going to splash parks in an inappropriate.
We did touch on this at the end of once, didn't we? Yeah, but we can.
It's still annoying me. It's still like popping up like every single day on my feed. I've actually commented on one today.
Right. So here's where I am at the moment.
I don't have any hate, so I grab my phone to see if anyone's.
Yeah.
Because I've posted. Talk amongst yourselves.
That's my line.
So I'm getting so sick of seeing it. And yeah, I think we did, because we mentioned about like being topless in France, didn't we, and stuff. And like,
oh yeah,
I basically just said, does anyone not have anything better to do than talk about this?
Have you had some hate?
Commented back.
Which account did you comment with?
Not my business account. Although it's easy to find my business account from my personal one, but you just think, God, you sad bastards, get a life.
Yeah, it's only a buttock. I mean, Christ.
So yeah, it's gone. I just basically was so annoyed at reading them. I thought
it'll come up now. We've talked about it.
I'm going to comment on one, and I put, there's yours. Baby's competition.
Ah. I stuck it in my flower bed because I thought it looked nice for the photo.
I need to do that. I want that £15 number 2 voucher.
Right. So
it was just again like women going to splash parks, and then there's just two. It's kind of like the Crocs love or hate thing. There's two camps of people. There's people commenting saying, God forbid someone wears swimming attire to a place that requires swimming attire.
I know. I mean.
And then there's other people it's so inappropriate for kids, and I just commented saying, I'm actually so sick of seeing this.
Are the kids
don't
honestly going to
notice?
notice?
I said kids don't notice until you petty grown-ups point it out to them. And have none of you been on holiday to France? Because
if you want to see some extra flesh,
I was like, oh my God. And then I put, if you've not got any bigger concerns in life than a couple of bum cheeks. It's just ridiculous. You're the problem. You're sexualising it to your children. We all have bums.
Yeah.
I think we did talk about this last week. It's just pissed me off again, because I just keep seeing this post every single day of my life, and I'm like, oh my God, just fuck off. I don't care.
So I'd be interested to know.
Than people walking around with a thong on.
I'd be very interested to know what country the original complaint came from.
I think it's America because of how it's written, how the English is, and splash park isn't a super common thing here.
No, we would say water park.
Maybe, yeah. Or there's very few splash parks there, isn't there?
We get outdoor paddling pools, on seafronts. You can
a public pool, public paddling pool.
Yeah.
Splash park sounds
Ilkley Lido. It's not. Okay.
So I think it's America. They're all fucking nuts. I'm on one. She's on one. Luteal phase is lutealing.
I think there's such a huge mix of people, cultures, which I think is great. I love being mixed with everybody and learning about other people, but I think that can sometimes, and I don't know how much religion plays a part for some people.
They are very Christian in America.
Yeah. So I was wondering if that maybe played a part in it. And I don't know if someone here would get that passionate about it, because once you cross over at France, Spain, the Greek islands, Italy, you are not going to bat an eyelid at seeing any body shape or size with their boobs out on the beach, wearing a thong bikini bottom, because you're all just minding your own business and it's a body. But I do appreciate that other cultures don't feel the same, but
I just think like,
what?
Stop making a big deal. There's more pressing issues in this world. Another thing that's really annoyed me, so we went to Batley Pride yesterday, which was really fun. But like, it was getting so much hate on social media, like when they were when they were like advertising it in the Batley Facebook page.
Why?
Because of fucking homophobic bigots.
Well, yeah, obviously. Why?
Why? Yeah, because we're not homophobic.
What kind of things? Like, we shouldn't be doing this?
So it'd be obviously always an anonymous commenter saying, "No thanks."
Aren't you big and strong?
Pulling sick faces.
Wow.
Like, we should be protecting our kids. Okay, well, let's protect them from all the white male rapists then.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Protect them from social media.
Wow.
I don't think the LGBTQ plus community is the issue right here. But anyway, because I think obviously it's Pride Month, isn't it? June. But, although Leeds Pride is weirdly in July.
20th of July.
I don't know.
Bit random.
Yeah, I was really confused when I saw that. But yeah, so there was a lady who commented who was like, "We need our own pride for us hetero people." Blah. So I.
Oh my.
Yeah.
God.
So, oh god, honestly, this luteal phase has got me really deep. It's got me by the balls. This month.
God, are we back in that again?
So already. It comes on fast, doesn't it?
I wondered why this morning it was just a bit shit.
I commented and I was like, well, feel free to create one for yourself. Like, I'm sick of seeing posts from people who are anti-pride saying that they need their own pride, but none of you can be asked to go and make one.
Right, let me tell you something.
Saying none of you, like, obviously I'm heterosexual, I just don't want to, like, band myself together.
No, I'd rather not be classed as that.
I don't want to, like, group myself with these idiots.
Right,
but,
let me tell you something. Are you all listening? Pride, and this is just one of the 1,000 reasons why it's important, is important because there's a 15-year-old thinking that his life isn't worth living. And if he comes to Pride and sees everybody being out and amazing, he realises he's not alone, even if his family disown him. And that's how strong I feel.
Oh, Francesca. But yeah, exactly.
Isn't that the case, though?
This is what, yeah.
And I said it's he, she, whoever it is, sitting in the bedroom thinking, I'm alone, my family's going to disown me. And look at the community you've got. Look at what it can be for you. And then if they probably won't, but if your family did decide that they didn't want to know you anymore, you've got 1,000 parents out there.
That. Like, you can empathise, but you can never fully understand, especially like if you take, for example, like a straight white man can never like understand what it feels like to be any.
Yeah, because
especially
even with the awkward feelings as a teenager, getting girlfriends, having acne, you go through your teen years, but you're, inverted commas, normal.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what that's allowed to be. So it's okay to go and get a girlfriend. It's okay to do this, that, and the other, or do whatever.
Until basically no one gives a shit, then we still need.
Then
pride.
It's important.
But that's why we still need feminism, because we're still not at that point with that. So how how long is it going to be until the fact that people are commenting and saying, "Oh no, gross! I'm not going to Pride," shows that you fucking need pride. So when obviously,
yes, back to Batley.
We like to go and support. So we're all there in our rainbows. And anyway, then probably because it knew I'd been at Pride, and then I get all this fucking shit on my Facebook feed. I need to delete Facebook. I swear to God, about. This whole transgender toilet debate that's going on, and I'm really sick of hearing about toilets.
Give me strength.
And all I can think is, have you never fucking been to France? That's what everybody has. Never been to France, where you can just go in any toilet and no one cares. And no one looks at your widget or your foo-foo. Christ.
I've been to the toilets in France. You can see under the door. You walk past men, women, children.
Honestly, like
The odd alien went past.
Sick of seeing J.K. Rowling on my freaking Facebook feed. I'm like, and if Ella did, I'm not letting her even read Harry Potter because I don't want to give a moment to that woman. But like, how? Someone commented on a post actually. I was getting deep into the comment section. Someone just made me delete Facebook, please.
No, because it's entertaining.
If I didn't need social media for work, I honestly wouldn't have social media. Yeah. I really wouldn't.
I'd probably have the odd thing where I put the odd funny photo on my private Instagram, like once a month or on holiday or something, maybe. I don't know. It is purely to make money though at the moment for social media. But yes, on your Facebook.
Someone commented on this J.K. Rowling like thing because she's like shit at it, and they put maybe the problem is that you're a bit obsessed with what everyone's got between their legs, and like maybe that's a little bit weird and creepy.
Yeah, why
are you so obsessed with what is hanging between everyone or not hanging between everyone's legs? I honestly think that people who are that obsessed with like being homophobic or like anti-trans, anti-pride, just being basically a twat, I just think it's a representation of their own insecurities.
Oh, of course, it is definitely a them problem.
Just truly content and secure in your own being, in yourself as a person, you don't care. So,
well, yeah.
Maybe J.K. Rowling feels like she's a man and she can't. That's it. That's what's happened.
I know you don't have TikTok, do you?
No, fuck.
But I know, my God, can you imagine? We'd have to have a side series. But there is actually a fab lady on there called Alexis Blake. She's a trans woman. She has posted her entire journey.
I think I used to follow Alexis on Instagram.
Right, okay. Oh, yes, but she'll be on other platforms. So, posted her entire journey, often sort of comes on, makes a video about certain topics.
Does she change her face into like celebrities?
No. That's
a different Alexis.
No.
I used to follow someone
called I'm going to find it after, because when I turn it on, it'll start playing and I don't want it to come on here, but I'll show you.
My earring's falling out. Sorry, guys. I feel like I've really ranted, but I think because I've been to Batley Pride and then like just seeing so much hate online, it's just really pissed me off. And then I spilled coffee twice. Forgot Elodie's shoes.
It's definitely time you went on holiday.
It's been
it's very important, and it's very important for everybody, and it's great fun. And if I found out that anybody was really dead against it, I would be a great big rainbow in their life. I love these videos of found out my neighbours are homophobic, and then the next thing you know, there's 10-foot rainbow flags all the way down the borderline or something. And you think, what is the problem? What is actually going to happen to you if you walk past? There's another lady on TikTok. I'll find her as well. Right, this is great. So she, I can't remember her name. I'm going to find her and I'm going to show you. She did this video. She was walking, I think she was out for a run or she was going for a walk. And she said, she was addressing it to Nigel Farage. And she said, right, here we are. Big Lesser here, off to infect London. And she was like, she did really funny, oh gosh, just walked past that office building. The window was open. They're all infected. She just carried up the whole thing. She was just fantastic, really taking apart all of his ridiculous views.
I just find it really like...
What else have you found that's annoyed you?
I honestly am bewildered. I just find it bewildering, and
that there's even a problem.
I cannot comprehend being that upset about someone just being like, how can you be pissed off that someone's gay but be happy, but be fine with mass genocide? Like, how can that not piss you off? How can you think that a gay person is just going to pass on being gay, but you don't see the mass genocide? I mean, it's because Yeah, I mean, I know why. I know the answer to the rhetorical question, but obviously one is an actual problem and the other is not a problem. And I just find it really bewildering that people can even have these views. I can't get my head around it. I can't fathom it.
Even someone, now I know this
They're meant to be educated people. Didn't most of them go to fucking private school? It's weird. Like, how can you be that thick? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Where does it come from though? Because like with, you see videos, don't you, about how, you know, there's two, say, reception year 1 age children, a black and a white child, and they've got the same t-shirt on, so they are twins for the day, and they've not noticed any other differences between themselves. And then the post says, you know, so racism is taught.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously, but where are we going with this? Like anything to do with that, anything about somebody else that's different from you, where
I think in politics they just like dividing, don't they? That's the thing. And minorities and fueling hatred divides people into the goodies and the baddies, basically.
and then actually we realise that we're all the same and that we're all...
But we don't realise, because we already know that.
Yeah, and then you've been fighting over
the people
nothing.
Who need to realise don't realise though, do they?
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like, Donald Trump will go... He will literally, like, on his deathbed be still thinking that he's right. Like... J.K. Rowling will probably be, like, to her last breath thinking that there's a problem with trans people. I don't think there's anything you can... They're like...
I haven't seen things that she said. I know about that you're not biologically... Like, you're not going to have a period. And that's where Alexis is quite good, because she came on and did a video and she said, I know that that's how my body biologically is. I know that I'm not going to have a period.
Yeah, obviously. Like, trans people aren't stupid. They're not you anti-trans people who actually are stupid.
They don't need telling that that they're not going to have a period. Yeah.
What do you mean I haven't got a womb? Well, obviously, like, they're not... They know they were born whatever gender. They just don't feel like they are that gender. They don't...
Another reason why pride's important, because you're in your bedroom all alone, feeling completely uncomfortable in your own skin. The here along comes pride, and you've got a community where you can feel that support, and that's why it's important.
It's really funny. And Ellie met her first drag queen, and she was already a very tall lady, and then she had 6-inch heels on. She was taller than Liam. Obviously, like,
was there like a platform as well?
I reckon without the shoes, she was probably 6 foot. Yeah, they were huge. They were huge. And then, and she was like, "Hi, are you having lots of fun?" And I was like, and she was like, "She's really, really tall."
Liam should have put her on his shoulders.
She was on his shoulders, and she was
barely, eye to eye.
Yeah, she was nearly eye to eye. It was insane.
Oh, that's so
she was
cool.
Watching the ladies like dancing and stuff on the stage, and we was just like mesmerised with. Obviously, they were wearing like amazing costumes and they have amazing makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Oh,
it was fun. We fly back from Spain like the day quite late, the day before Leeds Pride. But I think I'm going to try and... I'm
going to sneeze.
Depending on when we wake up and how we're feeling, I think we should go into Leeds, because that'll be really fun.
Daisy's friend that lives in Wales wants to go
to Leeds Pride.
Yeah, and obviously spoke to his mum on seeing what she wants to do. She's thinking she's going to drive it in the day, just do a day thing. Or she can come to me and we can get the train in. I don't know. I'll see. Fun. But if you're going to do that, that'd be fun to do. We can come with you.
Yeah, I had my rainbow shrug on.
Oh yeah,
got a compliment. Yeah.
Oh, did you have it on Batley?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, basically, we wore our hoopla outfit. I didn't have the mini dress on. I just had a vest top on underneath. I had my shrug on and Liam had his vest on.
Brilliant.
And then Elodie had a rainbow dress on and a rainbow, like, unicorn clip in her hair. So it's got, like, rainbow tassels.
Oh.
Yeah. We went all out.
Daisy's made herself a fabulous rainbow boob tube. It comes quite far down, though, like to her waist.
Nice. And she could alternate between boob tube and miniskirt.
Yeah, well, she's making the full range. Well, she's busy making my cardigan at the moment, but she... yeah.
I don't need that. I just put it in a grease.
I know. Yeah, she's gonna. Oh, she's making herself some shorts. She's got so far down.
Oh, nice.
She needs to do the legs.
Nice.
Yeah.
So there was one more thing that annoyed me at the weekend, but I don't know.
Get it all out.
The title of this podcast is going to be like Alice's rants from the weekend. Bloody Glastonbury and BBC.
I haven't paid much attention. Tell me.
Oh, God.
I'm such a disappointment, aren't I?
They didn't live stream one of the bands.
Oh.
And the name has completely lost me. Kneecap, I think it is.
Right.
Because they were concerned that they were going to be doing like pro-Palestine chat.
Right.
So they censored all the pro-Palestine stuff before they aired it.
Right.
So because the next guy on knew that, or the guy on the other stage or something, he knew, or that band knew that this was happening, so they did loads of pro-Palestine chat instead that was being streamed live.
Okay.
Fuck you, babe.
And then I saw something. So I boycotted
watching Glastonbury as well. And I wanted to watch, the only one I wanted to watch was Scissor Sisters on Saturday night, and the stream was broken. So I was like, right, well, I'm not watching you because of this. I'm not watching you because the Scissor Sisters didn't work, and that's it. I'm done with Glastonbury. But that's another thing I can't get my head around. How can being pro-Palestine and anti-genocide be seen as negative in the eyes of most people? I don't get it. I feel like I'm living in this weird utopian universe, and in my little bubble are just like kind people, thank God. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't want to really get into like, we all know what's happening in Gaza. I don't really want to get into it in like loads of detail because it's really upsetting, but I just don't understand. It's just fucking embarrassing, isn't it? Like, when Ellen is in secondary school and she's learning about it and she's asking me, what did you do? Why didn't anyone do anything? What the fuck are you meant to say to that?
I know. Because it's quite simple to them. Well, that's wrong, so let's not do that.
Yeah. At least with Hitler, we actually did something. That's what I can't fathom. Sorry, this is such a depressing podcast.
It's never...
I just feel like there's so much political shit going on at the moment. I am finding, and I think this is why I need a holiday, I need to switch off. I am finding the world very heavy at the moment.
It is.
It's like try and ignore it a little bit, but you can't bubble yourself off from it all, can you? But it's just like, I don't know. I'm glad that I'm surrounded by people who aren't fueled by hate and don't agree with all of these horrible things. And you too, you're in a nice bubble in society as well. Of like love,
our bubbles coincide.
Love and kindness.
Yeah, that's all I hopefully give off.
Yeah. But I think like, when you take a step back from that, you look, you're like, oh God, it's heavy, isn't it?
You have to filter it for yourself, don't you?
I have.
Otherwise, you take on too much. Yeah, that's probably why sometimes when you'll say things, I'm like, don't really know.
That's good though. No, because
I don't want to be ignorant to it.
I've not unfollowed because I want them to like still have their numbers on their accounts, but I've muted so many pages on Instagram,
right?
Because I needed a break from seeing dead babies.
Oh God.
Like,
oh yeah, there was an image on the news that will always stay with me because Minnie was the same age as this little girl at the time. She was 6, and the mum was just holding her dead body, and it wasn't long before Minnie was 7, and I remember thinking that little girl's not turning 7 like Minnie is, or it's always going to stay. It was Ukraine. It was as it was starting. So it was filling our news every day because it was around the time it was starting.
And then there's still a war in Ukraine.
I know.
And no one's talking about that.
All those normal hardworking families, just normal people like us.
One of Elodie's best friends at nursery is from Ukraine.
Yeah,
I was
you've
chatting to her
mentioned them
mum in the
before.
park, yeah.
Didn't they have a baby? Why isn't she coming to my class?
Yeah. I did send her your class link.
Sometimes it's down to days, what days people can do and what else is on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but yes, that little, I'll always remember that little girl now because she'll always be 6 and Minnie gets to be 9, and
oh fuck!
it's.
I can't believe it's been that long since the war
I know.
started.
I know.
I remember when it started because I was on mat leave and I just went into an absolute tiz because I don't think you can empathise as much before you have kids. Like I don't feel like it. I don't think war hit me as hard until I had Elodie.
I'll have still found that news piece hard, but having her sitting there with me and that mummy losing her little girl, it was just like, oh.
When I remember seeing like, the big pleas out for mini baby stuff,
Oh yeah, when I worked for the swim
whatever.
school, we used to collect sleeping bags and send them to refugees.
I was literally clearing our whole house out. I was like, Ellie didn't need this. She didn't need that. I was like, she's got a roof.
Yes.
She's getting fed and watered. She didn't, and I was just sending so much stuff.
Yeah.
Because I just felt like guilty, really. Like
I know.
We're safe and cozy here.
I know.
God. Sorry, everyone who if you tuned in.
It's important though. We can't just. We did have
a good weekend though. I don't want our listeners to think that we're completely like, what's the word?
Just chat shit.
Yeah, and naive to what's going on.
Yeah.
We're not like blocked off from it. We're not pretending it's not happening. It is nice to pretend it's not happening. For
a while, and then you come back to thinking, don't you?
But I just think because it's been a bit of a
so
funny week.
Way back in about what year would it have been? I was at high school, so I would have been in year 9 or 10, so it could have been 95, 96 time. And in the RE room, there was a poster up and it said, since the end of World War II, there's been 35 minutes of peace
oh my God.
in the world ever. Oh. And I should imagine that's probably still the same because there hasn't been any peace since, has there? Can you imagine there only being 35 minutes of peace since
because it wouldn't have been
the end of World War II to 1996?
Yeah, because when did we invade Iraq? That was like late 90s, wasn't it?
Probably. Yeah, it was probably 5 minutes after that. That's probably 2000s. What the lesson was about, actually. And then
late 90s, early 2000s.
I can't remember. That RE teacher was strange. I could just picture her.
RE teachers, no offence if you're an RE teacher, but our RE teachers were also strange. This is such a weird podcast episode.
Teachers at school. God. Isn't it funny when you're at school, you see them and it's like they're not even human. It's like so-and-so in physics smells of cabbage, so-and-so
yeah,
like
horrible.
Yeah, and they're not human. And then
we had there was a science technician and everyone called her like Ratty or something because of how she looked. When she had holes on her face, and it was really awful. Kids are awful. I could never work in a school. Kids are awful humans.
No, I wouldn't want to be a teacher. My God, they've got their work cut out.
My cousin works in a really, really rough school in Doncaster. Oh, funny story. Here we go. This is a good story. We'll end on a positive. My mum and dad were in Cornwall at the weekend. They just like arrived at the weekend, and then my mum messaged our family group chat and said to my cousin, have you been doing a risk assessment for football for Duke of Edinburgh? Taking a football at Duke of Edinburgh because he runs the Duke of Edinburgh at their school. She was like, this is really random. And he was like, yeah, why? And she was like, we just overheard a girl like talking about his like his,
by saying Mr. and his name.
It's an unusual surname. So it caught their ears. Like, that's our name, that's our surname. And then their ears picked up more when she started talking about Duke of Edinburgh because they know that he runs Duke of Edinburgh. Yeah, and it's one of his students on this little beach on the edge of Newquay, and he teaches in Doncaster, and they live in Doncaster.
And was she saying positive things?
Yeah, she was just like, oh, this is so ridiculous. I'll call him by his first name. Mr. Matty had to do a risk assessment for football.
Yeah, you kind of do,
Duke of
though.
Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Who were like, what? Yeah, and then she was just like chatting about like a Duke of Edinburgh with her mum and dad. And like literally sat next to my mum and dad.
I
And
love
they were
that.
like, oh my god, that's our nephew. What?
So
how random.
Back to the war.
Oh right, okay. I was trying to end on a positive.
No, it's nice. And they had the saying, didn't they, for all the women that were at home, loose lips sink ships.
Yeah.
So you don't start chatting about where Derek is on the bus on the way into town because someone at the back is listening and the submarine will get bombed. Yeah. So I always say to Daisy, loose lips sink ships, because she might be out somewhere. Oh yeah, and so. And then I was like, if we're out in public, we might be sitting in a cafe. You don't know who's sitting there. And I'll always say to her, loose lips sink ships. You tell me in the house, not in the garden, in the house, if there's anything like that about anybody else. And I just hope that because that could have been worse.
If it was saying something really mean,
yeah. So that just proves just how important it is to remember that, literally. Because look how random that is.
Outside Newquay.
Yeah.
What are the chances?
Oh yeah. I'm really strict with her about that one. Apparently it's part of your nurse training as well. Like, don't sit on the bus on the way home and go, oh my God, yeah, I just had this patient. What a nightmare. Yeah. And their cousin's sitting behind you.
Oh, yeah. Or at least, like, don't say the name.
But you might say enough information for them to know.
If they can see what hospital you're in. And
Yeah. Yeah, I think that goes for a lot of professions. Yeah, if I ever, like, compare, that might be something might happen with a baby, and I'll say, oh yes, one of my Thursday mums has said the same, this, that and the other, whatever. It's always very loose and careful and different, but it's still random nice information. But I always tell her, and all that stuff from the war, loose lips sink ships. So
that's funny.
It just reminded me of it when you told
fortunately
your story. That's really sweet.
Being kind about him. It's just a random message from my mum in the group chat. I was like, what? And then he confirmed it, and we were all like, what? What?
She should have gone up to him and said, up to the child.
She said they were just leaving, so if they'd still been on the beach, she might have been like, where is auntie and uncle? So random though. Like, so my sister and my other cousin both live in London.
Right.
And they live in different... This was when... Well, doesn't really matter. Well, Dan lived in Clapham at the time, and Sophie lived... It was when she was on the Old Kent Road at the time. So, like, both South London. And they don't meet up very much. They don't communicate very much. And then Sophie just walked into a pub in London Bridge. And
randomly
like,
there?
What are you doing here? Yeah. What are you doing? And he was like, what are you doing here? She was like, it's closer to my house than your house. Of all the pubs, though.
I know.
There's a lot of pubs in London.
Yeah. I love bumping into people. I do it all the time.
And he said it was the first time he'd been to that pub, but it was one that she went to fairly regularly.
Right, okay.
But he was like, we weren't going to come here, just like on a whim.
Does that happen to you a lot when you're out and about somewhere random? You'll see someone, you know?
I kind of expect to see people in Morley.
Yeah. Especially doing our job.
Yeah. Like, I'll sometimes see a client or an ex-client in a cafe.
Yeah, I see my mums all the time.
Yeah, I don't see people, like, further away, really. I don't.
I was eating my breakfast in Spain and one of my mums walked past.
That's
I was like,
weird.
Morning.
Yeah, that's really weird. I think you've said that before. I think that's, I've never had that.
I'm my favourite one.
On holidays of family in France, my dad's seen someone like he works with, or like on the ferry across, like.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's seen someone.
Yeah.
That he knows, like a friend's friend or something, which is still quite random. Like going from Doncaster to France, and it's the same ferry. Like there's a lot.
Would you do Dover Calais?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of people pass through Dover Calais, so
exactly.
there are chances.
We've done that. We've had that a few times. Yeah, but I don't see that many people that I know.
Oh, it happens all the time. Shibden Park, randomly see someone.
I don't really see people from like when I lived at, from like school, like if I'm back in Doncaster, I I always expect to see people if I'm out and about around Doncaster, especially if I'm in the park with Elodie or if we're at soft play. But I've never really bumped into anyone I was at school with. And I know a lot of people do still live there.
Mm.
And my two best friends still live there. So, I don't. But you've seen people in Shibden Park?
All over the place. My friends...
They both don't have many friends.
my friend Claire's like, I cannot take you anywhere. We were in Bradford, we'd been to the theatre,
That's like my
and
uncle.
one of my school friends came out of the theatre. I was like, hiya! And Claire's like, I don't believe this.
Yeah.
She's seen someone she knows again.
Yeah.
We were in the taxi on the way home, and Claire had made a joke about how, God, I can't believe we've been out and not seen anyone
Yeah.
Literally sitting in the taxi, and it was quite busy, so we were queuing on the roundabout, and the van that was coming this way could see me, and it was one of my neighbours. I was like, oh yeah! She was like, I can't believe it. We haven't even got home, and you're waving to someone on the roundabout. It just happens all the time.
You're such a popular girl.
But yeah, that Spain one was my favourite.
That's funny.
Yeah.
No.
That was really good. I mean, it's not that unbelievable. It was a hotel geared for families. It was the Easter holidays. So why wouldn't somebody want to be there? But it was just very random.
I suppose if you're both flown from Leeds...
She probably had. Yeah, we did.
You might be not the same package deal. If it was a Jet 2, I suppose.
Yeah, it was actually.
Yeah.
we met a lady. We met a lady
on Althams.
No, we met a lady at a wedding fair because they do holidays. You know, like these people that just do it as a business and sell you the holiday, and then they get commission. We used her because it was a year after we got married, because we just had a little Northumberland trip straight after we got married. So we thought, let's have our big one.
Yeah.
And we got time to pay for it as well because the wedding was that year, and did that. So we used her, and she booked that as a Jet 2 package, which was quite good.
Nice.
I know, good fun. Kids loved it. It was their first flight.
Aww.
I know. They loved it. At the time, I was worried that Tristan, if he would get on or not, because he always liked vehicles, always used to shout, Mum, bus, which, as you can imagine,
Elodie wouldn't get on the plane.
Yeah, well, if there's things like, say, when I went for my eye test and you go into the little room, he wouldn't let me go into the little room. He was holding onto door frames.
I can kind of get that though, because it's a dark, small room.
Random.
I mean,
fun photo booth
you
things
like. Onto the airplane.
Sorry, this cost nearly $5,000. You're getting on there. Yeah.
There's no gentle parenting happening here, mate. The plane is not waiting for you to have your meltdown, me to cuddle you, us to discuss how could we make it easier for you. You're getting on the fucking plane.
I think it was one of those walkway tunnels where you're just on it and you don't realise.
That's better, I think, than going up the steps.
I can't remember.
It is better than the rickety aluminium steps.
Maybe, because then he can tell that he's going into this small space rather than, we're just walking down a corridor. I'm on an airplane. So it was like you don't really notice that you're going on.
That you're then on the plane, yeah. Whereas when you've got to go across the tarmac and then up the steps, it's like...
Him and Daisy were like, whoa! And it started going up. Oh, it's great.
I love takeoff. I
love all flights because it means I'm going on holiday.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Apart from going home, yeah. So I'm still getting anxious about my ferry, but I'll leave you with that.
Oh God, I used to cry at the end of every holiday.
Oh, I did. I didn't want to come home ever.
And my mum used to say, "If we don't go home, we can't go on holiday again." I'm like,
that's what I say. I'm your mum. That's what I say now.
And I used to say, why can't we just live here?
I used to say exactly the same.
Oh God,
exactly the same. Yeah. I want to go back to school, but if you go back to school, I can go and get some more money, and then we can go on holiday. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I don't even get nervous about flying with Elodie anymore. Once we say this, I'll probably just curse myself to have a horrible flight with her.
No, you'll be fine.
She's been on enough flights.
What, is it 3.5 hours?
No, only 2.
Oh.
We're in Spain. It's only 2 to Spain.
Well, it was 3.5 to get to Malaga.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Nah, it's definitely not 2. It's definitely not 3.
Where'd you fly to?
3. Oh no, it must be 3.
Are you flying to Malaga?
It must be 3 hours. No, we're flying to Murphy. It must be 3 hours.
Oh.
France is 2, isn't it? Must be 3 because we leave at 9:15 UK time. We'll land at 1 p.m.
But you've lost an hour there, so it's 12.
It's 2 hours.
Yeah. So
3 hours.
What was I going to say?
I've already done all of her. I've got her Oh, I better stop recording in a sec. I could just summarise what I've packed for her, and then
You've got your
that's
octopus that sticks the window. I gave you some sticky men.
Yeah, she loves the sticky men that sticks the window.
It's so funny. They're on our ceiling at home at the moment.
It's like IKEA thing that's like she calls it a suitcase. It's like a little thin briefcase, and you can put paper and pens and crayons
brilliant.
and stuff in it.
Yeah.
And then on one side of it is like a board with a clip on, like a clip so that she can.
Perfect.
And she loves that. We've been using that for the past couple of years. For all sorts, not just for holidays. So I've restocked that. She's got new colouring books. She's got the pens that you've given her.
They were so sweet.
I've sharpened all the pencils.
Pastels. You can go mad buying stuff for a child, can't you?
She's got new stickers because she loves stickers.
Oh.